experience been like?
So two things I want to touch on real quick is just two people from Greenstreets. So first, our Operations Supervisor Randolph Lee. And when I think of this story, I think of resiliency and I think of perseverance. And Randolph, he tells this story and it makes me emotional every time he tells the story because we're from the same neighborhood. He got me by about 20 years. He ran in the group with my father and them, and they all ended up doing extensive prison terms. Randolph was convicted of murder a while ago. Came back and did another 4-year prison bid after doing a 10-year prison bid. When he returned home, he wanted to change his life, but the record itself wouldn't allow him a job opportunity anywhere. Ironically enough, he applied for us not knowing that I was in the position I was in as the interviewer, and then he showed up to do the interview. And he told me in the interview that I can say everything right in the interview, but I can do better by showing you. And he started as an on-call worker at our Lauderdale dwellings property, and now he's the Operations Supervisor. And even like as I'm here, Randolph is handling everything from the top to the bottom. And this was a guy that basically society had given up on. Then we, not only did we give him the job opportunity, but then we gave him a chance to start working on himself. And he's one of the people now that most of the staff, bring most of their troubles to, because he's more like a father figure to us, and he's a very compassionate person, very humble, and understands what it means to change and what that means to the people who's looking at you in the neighborhood. The other person, you seen a clip of her shortly in the movie, was Shannon Watts. Shannon Watts, coming to Greenstreets, didn't have a high school diploma. Me and Shannon grew up in the neighborhood together, and we both just ran the streets pretty tough. Shannon was, maybe 3 years ago, Shannon was shot in the neighborhood on Turk and Buchanan Street. And she went from that to not giving up, coming back because of what she wanted to do in her community. Now Shannon runs the human resource department for us at Greenstreets with another person, Roger Blaylard. But then she also helps work cooking classes, girls groups. We did a big project in our neighborhood, the Buchanan Mall Project, which is a 5-block strip where basically people from Shannon neighborhood and my neighborhood spend most of the time with gun activity towards each other. And we just did our first phase activation for that on November 7th to make it a place where now families can come out, kids can come out and take back like what the mall used to be for our neighborhood. Those are the stories that resonate with me every day when you talk about opportunity, when you talk about purpose, perseverance, when you talk about not giving up. And then when you wrap all that up, like once you get a person to a space where we're not trying to leave San Francisco. San Francisco used to be 31% African American, it's now 4% African American. Lately I've been sharing this story over and over, like our fight is to keep African Americans in San Francisco, to keep generations there and not be uprooted by gentrification or anything else that'll push you way out of the city. So now you in Tracy somewhere, possibly living where it's Section 8, but then Section 8, like landlords aren't even taking Section 8 no more in the Bay Area. So you end up in a place where Section 8 may pay a rent for you that would have been $2,400 and you only pay like $250 of it. Now, landlords are not taking that because they can charge a higher price. So people who've been pushed out from the neighborhoods to what they thought would be suburbs is now people are ending up homeless. And our fight as a people is in that city to stay, do things that say, look, we can stay here, we can sustain, and we can do good things in our neighborhood.